guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Corn Moon Tarot. You can call me Moon. So today we're going to do a reading on what are people's perceptions of you. So before we begin, I want to make sure to do my thumbnail photos, group 1, group 2, and group 3. So you can choose with those if those help you the most. And if that doesn't help, then we're going to go on and move on to the tarot selection. So this is going to be the tarot deck of group number 1, along with the card that the deck chose. Okay, and remember you can pause the video if necessary. And then group number 2's is going to be the Mythos Tarot with your chosen card. Okay. And for group number 3, it's going to be the Phantomwise Tarot with your card Strength. Okay. And if that didn't help you still, you could always go on Google to 1 to 3 number generator and your guides will choose for you. But without further ado, let's get into your reading. I've been called to do this reading, so I'm excited to do it. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe so you can support our growing channel. I noticed that more people watch than they are subscribed, so it would be cool if like you finally are realizing like, hey, I'm watching this person and I think their rocks are cool and I like their candles, so you know what, I'm gonna subscribe to them. But yeah, I would appreciate it, you know. But anyways, yeah, let's get into it. I'll stop bothering you. Okay, bye. Hello, my group number 1s. Welcome to your reading. If you guys chose the Hierophant or the first number, the first photo in the thumbnail, or the number 1 to 3 generator, then you have found your reading. Welcome. So we're going to go ahead and do your energy check. Remember, this is a timeless reading, and also only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But this is what the card came out for you for your current energy whenever you ran across this reading, and it is the Hierophant. You may be a Taurus, you may not, but what I'm getting with your current energy is you may be finding ways to help you that have been feeling like they are grounding to you, aligned with you. I feel like there's an energy of going to your studies, your spiritual practice, whatever it is, to help you feel protected, to help you feel like asking for guidance. And also the number 5, I feel like, if anything, you guys have been going through a lot of changes and maybe even been seeing a lot of synchronicities with 555. If not, it just feels like your spirituality may be evolving, or you just may be coming back to the roots of it. Let me see when I split the deck. Yeah, the Hermit card in reverse. I think that you're being called to do this. If anything, like you felt a call to go deeper into your practice, go deeper into the wisdom that you have sought. Maybe even step into a leader position of helping other people. It's interesting how the imagery is like red, green, and yellow, and red, green, and yellow is right here. So there's something here that's really calling to me about the solar plexus chakra, the root chakra, and the heart chakra. So it's kind of like aligning your heart and your calling to who you are, your personal power, and bringing it into the 3D and helping other people. Yeah. And then let me see the bottom of the deck energy, and that is the King of Cups in reverse. So maybe you've also been feeling out of balance with your emotions, kind of trying to bring it into balance in a way, and stay focused. I heard stay focused. Maybe you're trying to stay focused and you're trying to remind yourself like, come on, let's keep going. We can't go off path. We can't. It's kind of like putting pressure, or maybe even feeling like you don't have control of your emotions, I want to say. Yeah, so they're really calling you to go inward. And also what I'm seeing is when you help other people, it helps you. Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave that there, group number 1s. Let's get into your reading about what are people's perceptions of you. Okay. I feel like there's a need to breathe. What song is that, Need to Breathe? I don't know if it's an album. Oh my God, that's actually a Christian. I am not a Christian, I promise y'all. I was just raised Christian, so I have a lot of it embedded into me. But I think there is a band called Need to Breathe, and there's a song specifically about there on the mountain, there he stands, something about that. It's a beautiful song. I'll put it if I remember it, but yeah, anyways, let's see. Hot. Okay, it's winter in California, so of course it's hot. So let's see. What are people's perceptions of group number ones? What are people's perceptions of group number one? See, this is what I mean, like, especially in your energy reading, maybe you're having a hard time staying focused. What are people's perceptions of group number ones? My group number one, Spirit. I just want one card, please. What are people's perceptions of my group number ones? Oh, my Lord, just one card. Just one card. What are people's perceptions of my... Thank you. 2, but that'll do it. I'll just take the tarantula, and I'll keep the moth in mind. Okay, what are people's perceptions of my group number ones, please? What are people's perceptions of my group number ones? So I believe the tarantula is fire in the in the book. Okay, so we have the crane, dance, meditation. Okay, so let's start on the tarantula. I could be completely wrong about it being fire, by the way, but yeah, no, I'm right. Okay, so at a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. So the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. I feel like you're in this transition, or you're in this moment of being like, oh, so my mission is to do this. So it feels like you're realizing, or you're waking up to your spiritual purpose in this life, because we all have different purposes on what we're meant to do, but it really feels like, yeah, let me just continue. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside you keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find your true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers patient and calm, like an old friend that you know, your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. See, right here, it's like the Hierophant is about moral compass too as well, and going into your roots. I think people really perceive you as someone who maybe connects to your intuition. You may be a spiritual person. I say this when I'm reading tarot. Like, yeah, you may be a person that likes race cars as you're on a race car track. I don't know if the shoe fits, but genuinely it feels like you are someone who's following and in the rhythm, the momentum of what they love to do. And it's kind of seeming like maybe you have things in your life that is taking that away from you, but people's perception of you, it seems like you're very connected to yourself and to your fire, to your light, to what you want to do. And you definitely follow your intuition. Yeah, dance and meditation, just like bouncing off of that, it seems like people's perception of you is that, well, I heard march to the beat of your own drum, but you're not really. And what I'm also getting, oh my Lord, it's so hot in this Dodger sweater. But it seems like, genuinely, it seems like these people are realizing that you're really hard to control. And even though people aren't trying to control you, they seem like if they were trying to try something, then it's like, it's so hard to contain you, to hold you. It feels like an energy of, like how you're trying to hold a spider, like it has 8 legs, it's going to climb all over you, and you're like, I can't freaking hold on to this thing because I'm not used to something being so bendy or so something with 8 legs. It just seems like you're very unique, and a lot of people can't catch you. And I think that people are like, you know what, maybe this person's meant to be like that and I should just leave them alone. There's something in a sense of leaving you alone. Maybe some of you guys may look like a dancer, also on a shallower sense. It seems like maybe you guys take care of your body. There seems like something here of like, oh, there must be a reason why they take care of their body, if they're looking fit, or if they're looking like they I don't know, they seem to move a certain way that's like a dancer. if that makes sense. Maybe you're smooth if I, looking at it from a different perspective, something about following the beat of your own drum when it comes to walking, when it comes to holding yourself. I think there's something here when it comes to holding yourself that people are drawn into, if anything. Yeah. Let me also read this one as well, the crane. Let's see. The crane. So, a crane that balances for a long time on one foot in the swampy water has a light presence, indifferent to gravity. Yeah, during a mating season, both male and female cranes have complex dance. They show great passion, patience, grace, and power of love, and the elements of water, earth, and air. Let me just pass all this. This symbolizes the art of intuitively rediscovering the way, considering one's steps as if they follow the music of inspiration. Being a migrating bird, the crane also recalls the return to spring and transforms the landscape in the change of seasons. Its thoughts are freed by its own lightness. I think people really perceive you as someone who's open to understanding different ways of life, especially when it comes to choosing a certain direction for yourself. And when people think that you're stuck in one way, you're actually just making a way for another, and you've always been following your intuition. It seems like you don't take life too seriously as people's perceptions of you. And also, I want to say these are the perceptions of other people. It may not be correct to you. I should remember to give that disclaimer. But yeah, because perceptions are something that may be deemed as shallow. Yeah, shadow, especially with people seeing like the dark sides of other people based on their past experiences. We all do it, and it's okay as long as we're aware when we do it. But it genuinely feels like people are like, wow, this person's really trusting in their life's purpose, trusting that things are going to align with them. Maybe you speak out about what you love to do, about what you see your future as, but I also see smiling when something goes wrong. So it really feels like it was meant to be that way, if it was meant to be that way, like maybe even took you a long time to be like this, or to have control over the outside emotions that people see, because maybe you were more stressed or frustrated, but now you come off as more easygoing and saying, you know what, it'll be okay. Everything's fine. So let's see, what are people's perceptions of my group number ones? So we have the kitsune. I think that's how you pronounce it. The kitsune. So 32 may be significant. Does not have to be. Yeah, playful, clever, curious, and cunning. The fox as a spirit animal represents intelligent wisdom and physical and mental responsiveness. With its keen awareness, it compels us to turn our own sense in order to read signs and act swiftly in an informed manner. So it's so interesting how it's all about senses and all about knowing your surroundings. I do feel like maybe you even heighten other people's senses when you come around. There's something there about you really being in tune with your body and yourself. Like maybe you even may know how to dress yourself, or may know people may think that you have good fashion, or may think that you know how to get your way with other people. And people find that very, very attractive. And you stand tall in who you are, I want to say. You stand tall about what you speak about. And you help your instincts to find your way, especially people think that you'd be a good leader when it comes to people being lost or confused or not knowing what to do with themselves. I think there's something here about people trusting your guidance. And yeah, I heard the song Lean on Me. It really feels like when people are scared, they're like, you know what, group number one will help us feel grounded. Like I can trust them. And the thing is, especially when it says cunning, you think of a fox that's like clever. It says right here, you think of a fox that is like, oh, it's gonna charm me to get its way. Maybe people even perceive that with you, of like you being charming in order to get a free something, or maybe even not as crazy like that, but something along the sense of your relationships too. Like maybe they feel like you always get your way, people's perception of you. And you know what's sad though too with perceptions of others is like even your closest family members and friends could perceive you. And just because they have a hard time with projection, and that's something that they need to work on. And it seems like maybe even some of your family members or relationships perceive that on you because they don't choose to look at you for who you truly are. Maybe you're someone who's misunderstood. Yeah, I feel like I hit something there, especially with being misunderstood, and you just want to be understood, especially with people that you really care about. Like, your intentions were not to hurt. I really feel like your intentions were not to hurt. That's why you probably feel like an independent being. People perceive you as being independent and having to get your way through life using maybe your charm and your looks, even if you don't think so. But there's something here about your charm. Yeah. I think you make people laugh too, so they just assume that you're a really funny person. Maybe they assume that you're the life of the party. I don't like that term. It's so like outdated. But genuinely, it feels like you bring life to situations. Let's say that, since it's not so intense, because I feel like immediately people are like, I don't go to parties. So when I say that, I mean you are someone who brings life into a room. Like, oh my gosh, I could finally breathe. Oh my gosh, it feels like someone's living in here. Like, it feels like I can, I don't know, move around more freely. It feels like people are more comfortable with you. Yeah, like seeing a real human being. But let's see. What are people's perceptions of my group number ones? What are people's perceptions of my group number ones? Okay, so we have the botanist, parenthood, legacy. Interesting. There's something here about creating your own legacy. I really wish... There we go. Okay. There's something here about you not really working as a team with other people, or not preferring to. The botanist. That's so beautiful. There's something here about these types of flowers too, blossoming. Maybe you're someone who loves flowers or like spending time in nature. I think, honestly, you don't really have to be someone who plants flowers, but there's something here about you connecting to the soil, or you connecting to your roots, and maybe even liking to travel to where you're from. It seems like, yeah. So let's see. The botanist is a parent, a nurturer, a giver of life. By providing the right environment, they bring everything, intentions, material gains, even people, into fruition. See, they bring things to life. There's something about the word life with you that people perceive, that you're just like, you are blossoming in abundance, in who you are, in your energy, your personality, that really makes people drawn to you. Even if you aren't a parent, there's something here about you having a nurturing energy. You don't have to be a freaking parent in order to have nurturing energy. You could just bring that to everybody around you to make them feel safe. Okay, what you do now creates a legacy for those to come after you. Take what you have learned from the botanist before you and become the next to embrace that role. This card is for you and for those who have nurtured you into who you are today. See, maybe you come from a strong line of nurturers, whether it be man or woman or whatever gender, but it feels like genuinely you are someone who takes pride in who they are. And when I heard you're creating a legacy for that, it feels like you are almost creating a path for your family members, for your friends to have more empathy. It's like when someone passes on and everyone remembers this person to have empathy, to have love and compassion and care, and they gave so much to other people, and I feel like I'm getting emotional. And they're saying, let's continue to harbor that legacy that this person, that group number one, had, and let's continue to carry on their kindness, because we know they have so much kindness towards us. Now let's use that to be kind towards the world. It's kind of like you have such a long-lasting impact on how others are going to act in the future, whether that be grandkids that you have or whatever family member or friends. It seems like something here where people are going to take on your legacy, take on who you were, and say, let's continue to pass this down and never forget. Okay, let's get into your tarot. Yeah, people love you. I'm sorry, but there's something here about the perceptions of others, like, towards you, but oh my lord, people love you. Okay, let's see. I just feel like this emotional charge, like this emotional energy towards you and who you are. and what you've been through and what you've done so much for other people. Like their perception of you may also, I just want to lean towards this as well. Like they may have put you on a pedestal as well. So it may have felt very difficult to just be and make mistakes. But that's that thing again. It's like the song from The Sound of Music about how do you catch a moonbeam in your hand. It's like they're singing about Maria and saying like, how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a wave that's on the sand? Something like that. There's something here about the point of you can't. You cannot do it because this person's going to be themselves, but they also love her at the same time. I would recommend listening to that song. It's very charming, but you may relate to Maria from The Sound of Music. And I love that for you because I love her. I'd only wish to be like her, you know, as a mother, even if I don't have kids, if I adopt or something. I just want to exude that energy of just loving and just, but also discipline, you know, there's something here that's in there for you. Anyways, so the tarot cards. How do people perceive my group number ones? The Nine of Cups. How do people perceive my group number ones? How do people perceive my group number ones? Wow, the Ten of Pentacles. Something about legacy. My God, dude. The Ten of Pentacles is literally about legacy. The Nine of Cups is having your wish granted. It almost seems like people perceive you as someone who's very happy with the life that you have made. Even if you don't have everything, people think that of you. If anything, if you don't have money or wealth yet, it feels like people think that you will or you do. Like you are so satisfied within yourself. Like you know what makes you happy. You know what makes you feel free. And I think people there might be some envious people that perceive like, oh, this person just has it all figured out. My God. Okay. How do people perceive my group number ones? The Three of Wands and the Empress card in reverse, huh? That's so interesting that the Emperor's card is in reverse. Yeah, walking away from others, like choosing to officially walk away. I think, honestly, you may not give your nurturing energy to some people. Like, you're just like, you know what, I choose not to do this. I choose not to be that. And I don't want to do that. Like, it's almost like you cut that off and you make moves to move on towards other things. I think that maybe other people perceive you as someone who'd like to travel or someone who likes to see new places. Yeah, you defend yourself when necessary. And I think that's what people are kind of like, some others judge, you know, it's like, oh, am I not worthy enough to receive this type of affection? Am I not worthy enough to receive this from group number ones? Like, what's wrong with me? And what's wrong with you is that you take advantage of group number one's generosity, you take advantage of group number one's love, and you've never given it back. So group number one decided to take their energy back from you because they actually care about themselves. So I don't like when people act surprised when you start to reject other people's energy. And the Three of Wands, people perceive you because, like, you may be a planner too, or they think that you have everything in control, or that you like to have everything in control of your life. You know, you like to see what ships come before they come to shore. It's almost like kind of Virgo energy, planning, making lists and stuff. But there's a reason why you have the life you have, is because they perceive you as someone who earned it, as someone who has that type of mind. Yeah, they really do see you as you could get whatever you want. When I first pulled your energy check card, which is the Hierophant, I almost thought it was the Magician card, which the Magician card is about manifesting. So it really does feel like people think you can manifest whatever you want, and you have that energy, that happiness, that flow to receive that. What is the Empress card in reverse? And then we'll be done with your reading. What is the Empress card in reverse, Spirit? What is the Empress card in reverse for group number ones? Let me shuffle it again. Maybe even people think that you need to give to yourself more, I think. Like, since, like I touched on, you give so much to others. Like some people perceive that and other people perceive that you got a lot going on that is making you happy. What is the Empress card in reverse, please, Spirit? What is the Empress card in reverse? Interesting. I think a lot of people don't want you to know what they think of you sometimes. I think some people like to keep some thoughts to themselves about you. Yeah. What is the Empress card in reverse, Spirit? What is the Empress card in reverse? The Knight of Swords. Interesting. Oh, interesting. The Ten of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords and the Two of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. There's something here about being quick with your tongue and sharp like an edge of a sword. Oof. Ooh, oh, okay. I don't know if you've been through, I'm sorry, I'm getting really difficult energy from this, but someone may have taken advantage of you, or this may be a perception, just stay with me, and you may have held a lot of weight of another person or energies of multiple people, but it seems like you told someone recently, like, no, I'm not going to take you there, or no, I'm not going to do this for you, and it was very difficult for you to overcome, and it almost feels like people feel like you carry a lot of burden when it comes to feeling bad over making a decision, and you had to be cutthroat. Maybe even when people treat you bad, they feel you as someone who loses sleep over situations that you had to make, or maybe doesn't get a lot of sleep because of the things you had to do with other people. I think someone here is a hater of you, if I'm going to be completely honest. There's one particular energy that's very dark, that's very mean, and they're just here, and I think that maybe, I don't know if you struggle with that, but I don't know why, I'm just getting really weirded out by this energy that's coming through. It's kind of like it's giving, trigger warning please, just letting you know, it's giving trauma, it's giving a very harsh event that happened that had to have you cut ties with someone to release a baggage. Maybe even events happen to where you feel like this person is just very mean and very hurtful and very fake and conniving and all the words that feel like a snake, and it's just, it feels disgusting, and you've cut yourself off. Yeah, the Seven of Swords in reverse. Wow, talking about weird energy, weird sneaking energy that someone was trying to be around you. And I feel like if you get that energy from someone, by the way, I just want to say you're right, and maybe pull your energy back from them, because they're perceiving too much of you, and I think maybe it's good to cleanse your energy. Maybe do a prayer, whatever helps you, and just protect yourself, because it feels like there's a person here that's really a big hater, and maybe they're even talking crap on you about who you are as a person. And it's like, okay, like I want to say words, but but they feel like they want to get to you, if that makes sense. Maybe they think that they're getting to you and they like that. But the thing is, it's like you cut your niceness off to this person, and they could feel that. And they perceive you, though, as you're hung up on this, or that you feel stuck on whatever this is. Like you're ruminating over it. But they also perceive you as someone who's very quick with a comeback, or knows how to handle something fast in order to dim it down and shutting it down, basically. So, God. I don't like that crap. I don't like people like that. And maybe they even perceive you as someone who's very sneaky, as someone who doesn't put all their cards on the table. But keep doing you, because you have a lot of fans out there. You have a lot of people who care about you deeply, and this one person is just going to be disgusting. It's just going to waste their time, and you're going to keep moving. And they may think you're not going places, they may think that, but that's because their life isn't going places, and they're projecting onto you. But yeah, my group number ones, I'm sending you so much love and healing and protection energy, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching, and keep spreading love, however that looks for you, because that will always be the answer. And I will see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you guys chose group number 2, then welcome. So we're going to do a quick energy check on you before we get started with your reading. So I got 2 cards for you in the beginning. It's going to be the 7 of Swords in reverse and the 7 of Wands. So whenever you're coming across this, this is meant to find you. This is timeless. And also take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if it didn't resonate, then there are other groups to choose from. But specifically when it comes to the 7 of Wands, it feels like you're protecting something. Maybe your heart, your soul, and I don't know, maybe you even feel dark for this, or you feel like, I feel like you may think that other people are being very secretive with you, or being untruthful, or holding something, being fake, and it feels like you are protecting yourself. Yeah, there's this energy of protecting yourself. The 6 of Swords in reverse, maybe you even feel stuck in this energy of not moving forward. Kind of like in the chaos. I feel like I'm getting this vision of being at war, specifically from Lord of the Rings, but it genuinely feels like you're in the war right now and not on the other side of it. And if you are going through any sort of hardships, I'm sending a lot of love to you, because it is very difficult to feel these energies and to really go through this, feeling like that you are in battle, or that you can't focus on things that you love to do. But yeah, the 5 of Coins, maybe you even felt abandoned. Maybe you're dealing with abandonment wounds, rejection wounds, like you aren't being loved, but it feels like you have this soul, this light that you are protecting, that others can't understand, or others choose not to. I think this is going to be an interesting reading on what people perceive of you, because maybe you are going through this, or maybe you need a bit of a lift me up. It feels like this could go either directions, and we may get energies from people who don't have your best interest at heart, or maybe we're going to get a more positive reading to help you out. But yeah, there's something here about releasing and allowing yourself to heal and transform. It almost feels like you are avoiding some sort of transformation, or having a hard time letting go of something. Yeah, not letting something die out when it's needing to be released. And at the bottom of the deck is the Fool card in reverse. So yeah, I don't think that you're taking any risks right now, anything that's going to be too spontaneous. I think you're maybe even avoiding any risk taking. But it seems like you're just trying to fight with what's in front of you, if that makes sense. Instead of focusing on the bigger picture, instead of focusing on other things. Maybe you are worried about a lot of different things, but it feels like you're genuinely like, I need to live day by day, hour by hour, because right now I'm going through it. So yeah, I'm sending so much love to you. I'll put in a song in the description, and I'm gonna ask my spiritual team to pick a song that will help you and that will heal you and make you feel a little bit better. But yeah, you can listen to it now. I don't know what that song is yet, or you can listen to it after your reading, but I just feel like you need some sort of channeled song for you. And yeah, let's just get into your reading about what are people's perceptions of you. So let me cleanse the deck. Cleanse the tarot deck. I wish it was raining in California. I'm sorry, but like there's this sense of like, I wish with you. There's a song from Into the Woods where Cinderella sings like, I wish more than anything, I wish more than the moon, I wish to go to the festival. So it almost feels like things are out of reach for you. It almost feels like things feel impossible for you to hold on to, because everything in front of you just feels like everything might be going wrong. Okay, my group number 1. Group number 1's interesting. Did I say my group number 1's? If I did, then I'm sorry. My group number 2's. Okay, my group number 2's. What are people's perception of my group number 2's, please, Spirit? What are people's perception of my group number 2's, please, Spirit? What are people's perception? So, Toyland. Okay, and we have Poppy right here. Well, they definitely, I mean, when we see that picture, that depiction, that imagery, is like the first thing we think of as a child. Interesting. I think you may be looking younger than your age. It almost seems like you are a person that is childlike at heart, that you are very loving. Maybe you seem like you are just floating on clouds. I think people's perception of you is very interesting, actually. I never got this card. If I got this card, it's been a long time. But let's see. Let's just read it. It's 46. 46 may be significant to you. 4 or 6 may be significant. Okay, so let's see. Time to play, imagination, creativity, joy, spontaneity. While play is often viewed as childhood activity, there is ample proof that it is highly beneficial to people of all ages. Engaging in playful activities with friends, a partner, a coworker, or pet is a great way to improve your imagination, creativity, problem-solving abilities, physical, emotional health. You know, I think that people really see you as someone finding the little things in life that bring you joy. And there's something here about, I don't know, your imagination is very expansive, and I think you make people laugh. It's kind of like that charming wittiness that people are like, oh my gosh, this person is so adorable, or this person is so sweet, and I never thought I could laugh like that. And it seems like you bring this sort of nostalgia to people's lives with your humor, I want to say. And also you find the little things in life that really do make you feel like a kid again, whether that be kicking a ball, like the book said. I didn't get to it, but it really does feel like you're connecting to your inner child and you're enjoying that side of you. It's kind of like you don't want to grow up, so you cling on to things that make you feel safe, especially like stuffed animals or things that make you feel like TV shows or movies. I think people see you as someone who's very childlike, or who's someone that, I don't know if it's like not being able to be an adult. I don't think it's that, but there's something here about just having little mannerisms that is just really adorable, or really innocent, I want to say. Interesting. Yeah, you may have a beautiful singing voice too with this Nightingale card. People perceive you as someone who is very free and doesn't take life too seriously, who forgives easily, who loves easily. I think you're a very rare soul. It's kind of like giving Disney princess, or like, I don't want to say Disney princess because some of you guys aren't women, but I do want to say that there's something here about really living your life, like romanticizing your life that people perceive you to be. Maybe you like to spend time more with animals. People perceive you to be like more of an animal person. You connect easier with nature and with animals because it feels like that's closest to your personality. God, I really love that for you. I think people want to protect you too. Maybe you collect stuff. People think that you may collect things that you love. Okay, so how do people perceive my group number 2s, please? That's what sucks though, is because like your energy check kind of gave you were constantly in defense, constantly going through things. And I think you're so used to being in this childlike energy that just loves to feel light, that when you're in this defense mechanism, when you're in this defending mode, you don't get to be yourself. But that's the thing though. I don't think people would even recognize that you're in that energy because you are always so light about things and you try not to let other people know what you're going through. Maybe you also feel like people think that you're a little bit sensitive, not in a negative way, but just in a way that things affect you much deeper than other people. Like you can't just look at something from a shallow sense. Like you take it very personally and you take it very deeply. You're very reflective. And you very much have a different perspective on life, like a higher perspective. When other people are going through things, or when you're going through things, like people are wondering, how did I not think of that way? You're very refreshing, I want to say. But you will leave people, I don't know why the trope, the manic pixie dream girl, is coming through. I don't really like that trope because it was created by a man, first of all, and those types of movies were made by a man because they wanted to justify the main character, the man's behavior, and have this woman come in and solve everything and then leave their life and have the man feeling like, free and everything, and this woman had no foundation or had no root. So I feel like maybe you are perceived as someone who is like a saving grace, an angel for, like, men are specifically coming through, and I'm sorry, but this is not a jab on men. Things could be nuanced and things could have a different perspective. But I'm specifically talking about this right now where it's like the opposite sex, let's say, the opposite sex of what you are interested in perceives you as someone who they want to protect, who they want to love, who they want to have a life with. And a quote from The Holidays Coming Through with Cameron Diaz is like, you always liked the idea of me, but you never liked me, not really. So it's almost like they love the idea of you, but they never like you. They never like who you are. There's not multifacets of you in your relationships or in your connections, because people only see you as a saving grace, only see you as a light, as someone who's going to be spontaneous and fun and all that stuff. But it's almost feeling like you're misunderstood, because you can be childlike, you could be fun, you could bring joy to a situation, you could be funny, but you're also someone who has a life, you know? So let's see. How are people perceiving my group number 2s? The mouse. Ugh, okay. Sorry. I'm just like really like wanting to throw hands. The unicorn, yeah. See it? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I think, yeah, working. Maybe you work really hard as well. Like you just don't stop. Yeah, people just constantly be like, okay, something about group number 2s is that they're working. Something about group number 2s is that they'll never stay put. You may be neurodivergent. I just want to say that, which is really annoying. I didn't want to say that, but because there's this sense of perception of people infantilizing you, and I don't like that. Just gonna say it, just gonna put it out there. I am beefing with that. But sorry, let's go to the unicorn. I'm just gonna like 2025 in the big 2025 day and age, we're really, I'm getting this energy of like, I watched this video on people saying how some guys are like, I'm looking for a woman that has a bit of the tism. And it's like, what do you mean a bit of the tism? Like, you're either autistic or you're not. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to have a little bit of weirdness, but I'm not going to have a mental breakdown, or I'm not going to get overstimulated and have like this sort of panic attack. And then all of a sudden you can't deal with me because I'm fully autistic. You just want someone who's a bit quirky. Just say you want someone who's a bit quirky, okay? Anyways, I'm sorry. Okay. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to hear, see, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be or no way. This is a very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we could really trust it. I think you bring a lot of magic into people's life. The perception that you have on others is like very whimsy, which is cool. I love that for you. But there's something here about you kind of are proof that magic exists, because people are like, whoa, I had no idea that stuff like this could be real. And what am I getting? It's almost like a black screen and a bunch of fireworks that are different colors comes down like this, and it's really fast and it's very magical and it's very beautiful, and there's life again. Yeah, wow. You are very unique, and people realize that. Let me see. Let me just read the end. It says, I'm hearing kids singing on the outside. That may mean something. The mind's eye knows that there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are a unicorn, and you have begun your quest for answers. Yeah. You are very connected to your third eye. You are very connected to your childlike ability to create something into the world that is very unique, and people love that. That's so weird how children are singing outside. I really do feel like that's a sign. It just feels like you're very kind and you're very good with creatures, with children, and it's just, you know how to bring life into everybody's life. I said this in group number 1, so maybe you guys came from group number 1, but it almost feels like, let's get this party started. Let's really make people smile. Let's dance funny, you know? Detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, nervous. Yeah. let's see, let's read half of it. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When the mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your exact eye. So maybe people feel like you have a hard time focusing. There's this energy of protection again. And I really do feel like people are just like group number 2s. There they go again. They can't focus on this task, or they're kind of all over the place. But it's one of those things that is charming about you, that you can't really focus on one task, or you can't stick to one thing. It's kind of like you're all over the place. People perceive you as like someone who's just a big ball of energy. So how do people perceive my group number 2s? I didn't realize it was already 15 minutes. I could spend all day on your energy. Let's see. The Champion, achievement, downfall, and that's in reverse. So let us see what the Champion is. Okay. I heard never stop trying. There's something here that you never give up on. Or you don't allow life to give up on you, basically. It seems like nothing can forget you. It seems like nothing can let go of you. And I don't know. You don't take no for an answer, but not in a weird way. You just don't take giving up as an option, even if it takes you a long time to get there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I could find this card, that would be very helpful. You still are here, and you have patience. Thank you. I appreciate it. So this is the reverse. Instead of triumph, you are experiencing defeat or lack of ambition. If this continues for too long, you may feel as though you are stagnating or losing interest in things you previously had passion for. So people perceive you as someone who doesn't have passion for things, but it almost feels like to me that you do. You just are so busy, especially with the B card coming out. It's like, oh, I'm sorry that I don't have time to work on my freaking painting, Samantha, but I have work to do. Like it's kind of giving people's projections onto you of saying, you have to stay focused on your goals. You have to stay focused on your dreams. You seem like you're not focused. You seem like you're losing focus. And it's like, okay, I'm sorry for being a human being that has stuff going on. And it's maybe you have this pressure on you from family or from other people that are misunderstanding your motives or what you are trying to do in your life right now. And that is very frustrating, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I think that maybe you're just having a hard time connecting to what you love to do or your ambitions or seeing it through properly. Maybe you do struggle with that, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're losing sight. It just means that you're in a chapter right now that you need to focus on something else, and that is okay too. We leave space and we give space to the truth of the matter. Anyways, how do people perceive my group number 2s? How do people perceive my group number 2s? Trust in the group, communication, the wild goose. How do people perceive my group number 2s? Intelligence and unpredictability, the coyote. Yeah, I think people definitely see you as someone who they can't really understand, or they can't really, but there's hope and harmony though too. I don't think people should try to understand you or should try to get you. I think you get what you get in the moment and carry on. There's nothing here about a person's going to be one way their entire life. I think we all go through stages and of who we are, and maybe you've had many layers of who you are, and you finally connected to who you truly feel like you are, your soul level. And it's almost like when people think that they get you, they don't, because you are magic. You are someone who's trying to illuminate what life should feel like. I think that there's always going to be magic to life, and you are someone who loves to see it. You're very smart about other things as well. I think that people perceive you as someone who is confusing, and then when they actually listen to you, they're like, whoa, this person actually knows what they're talking about, and they could talk a lot about it. Yeah, maybe even swaying back and forth may be significant. I am doing that. Maybe even that might help some of you guys channel, but it feels like you grasp at things that are so important to you and that you cling to. Maybe there's something that you really love to do, but at the same time, it just feels like people are like, whoa, I thought I knew some other version of you, but the next time I see you, you're completely different. And you act in a way that feels very grounding, and I didn't know that you could be like this as well. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's see. How do people perceive my group number 2s? How do people perceive my group number 2s? So we have the 2 of Wands in reverse. The 7 of Cups, of course. We have to have the imagination. The 7 of Cups is always about the imagination, or is about like wishes or dreams. I think that people see you have big dreams, but they don't see you going anywhere with them. And I'm sorry to say that, but some people can be very judgmental, and I don't support that energy, but it is coming up, so I do have to read this. And please don't cling on to this energy, because I feel like people just can't understand the progress of life or how things take time. Maybe some of you guys can't drive. Or maybe some of you guys are learning how to drive. I think people see you as someone who wants to travel but doesn't have the means to. Like I said, you have a lot of wishes, but you don't know how to go about them, they think. Or you don't know where to start. There's something here about, my God, talking about infantilizing someone. I don't know. It just feels like that energy is coming through of like, oh, you think you could do that? Okay. You know, it's kind of like the feeling of like, sure, you're still young, or sure, you'll figure it out. And it's like, figure what out? Realizing that I have to do a regular day-to-day job and not be able to pursue my dreams. Like, I'm sorry, I'm getting angry for you guys. I deal with this sometimes too, just saying. It's just like, what do you mean I can't have the life that I want? What do you mean that I have to conform? It just doesn't make sense to me. And some people have that mindset, and it's like, you know what? Go off, king, queen, whoever you are. You live your life, but keep me out of your experiences that you've had, because our life is completely different. All of us are different flowers, different snowflakes, whatever you want to call it. We are unique, and we are meant to stay unique. So don't bring me into your world. Keep me out of it. So, yeah, it just feels like people think that you're in your head a lot, daydreamy. Yeah, and I think that's a beautiful way to manifest group number 2. The 6 of Wands. You stand out for sure. Is this the Strength in reverse? Okay, let's clarify these and then we'll be done with your reading. Yeah, well, I just want to say for the Strength card in reverse, you kind of give up on things people perceive you as that is too much for you, or that feels like too heavy. Maybe you ask people for help with directions, or you ask people for help on how to do things. Like they think you're incapable, or they just think that you just choose not to. Love that for you. Okay, what is the 2 of Wands in reverse? What is the 2 of Wands in reverse for my group number 2s? 222 may be significant. Just want to say that, I don't know. 2 of Wands in reverse. It is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Star in reverse. Interesting. I feel like people may feel like you are... What is the Knight of Coins in reverse, Spirit? What is the Knight of Coins? Knight of Coins in reverse. Knight of Coins in reverse. I heard quick results. The Chariot. Yeah, something about wanting things to move fastly. I think you may be impulsive to other people. Instead of waiting, instead of going through things slowly. There's something here about you wanting to get stuff done. The Emperor, yeah. Wow. Making big moves, I want to say. Instead of just slowing things down, you're like, no. We're going to do this because I feel called to do this. We're going to do this because it is time. Like, there's something here where you may have been waiting for a while, but it's almost like now is the time to strike. Because if I don't strike now, then why do I think I'm this emperor? You know, why do I think that I'm capable of doing something if I don't... Am I making sense if I don't do it? Yeah, like, where's the proof? You're telling yourself, like, where's the proof? So people see you as someone who takes risks, who goes after what they want, but is very intentional with it. Like, doesn't want to wait. You're someone who doesn't want to wait. You're like, you know what? If I have to wait to do something, then it's because someone is holding me back. Ooh! It's because I'm holding myself back. Yeah. The 8 of Wands in reverse. That's so interesting. Very contradicting. But I almost look at that as you're not going towards other people, or like you manipulate energy to make things happen. even if you are lacking something else, you kind of make something your own. What is the Seven of Cups, please? Yeah, you manifest it with the Seven of Cups here. What is the Seven of Cups, please, Spirit? Clarify the Seven of Cups, please, Spirit. Like the universe is on your side. Let's see, the Seven of Pentacles with the Five of... Yeah, the Five of Coins. If you have experienced lack in finance or just feeling alone, it almost seems like you are working towards something that you are wanting. People perceive you as someone who may be imagining, but also putting in the effort to do it. Like you're not just, yeah, the Emperor again. Wow, you are such a strong force, it seems. Like people see you as someone who gets stuff done. People perceive you as someone who not only envisions big things for yourself, but also works towards them. You know, you put energy in it. You don't let the energy stagnate. Yeah, stagnant? Whatever. But yeah, the Ten of Pentacles in order to get the life that you desire, that you've always wanted. The Sun, something that makes you happy. I think people like to see you smile too. They think you have a great smile. What is the Six of Wands, please? The Hierophant in reverse, yeah. With the Four of Pentacles. You're definitely doing it your way. My Way by Frank Sinatra is coming through. But the Sun, again, yeah. You light up everything. Like there's something here about you being seen, you being heard, but in an unconventional way. Like in a way that people are like, oh, this is different, but they're shining, but I wouldn't expect to see someone shining in this type of area or being popular in this type of way. Like it seems like you are just, people perceive you as a very popular person, but very unconventionally popular. And you're someone who may not be religious or may not like to tie yourself to any religion. You kind of make magic within yourself. You're an alchemizer. People see you as someone who is a rebel or who doesn't confine to one space, one group. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. You definitely keep to yourself. People may be pocket watchers and you don't allow people to know. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. I think others may perceive you as someone who's greedy or who doesn't like to give their money away. Yeah, who likes to keep their money to themselves. Interesting. That's so ridiculous. What is the Strength card in reverse? I think people just like to say like, oh, they wouldn't give to charity, they wouldn't do this. And it's like, okay, buddy, that's just stupid. That's so shallow. What is the Strength card in reverse, please? Thank you. We have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, with the Five of Cups. You're tired of feeling defeated. You're tired of feeling lonely. You're tired of feeling tired, I heard. So people perceive you as not really giving energy to others. Yeah, very mysterious you are. Very much like, okay, I'm going to keep me to myself and I know things that other people don't. I think that people could feel like you know more things than you let on. And it kind of scares them. And you're not going to tell them, though. That's the thing. You're not going to tell them. You're just going to keep it to yourself. Yeah. And almost like if you are going through something, no one's going to know. No one's going to even have any idea because you do a good job of saying like, you know, I'm going to pull back my energy from this situation because I feel it intuitively. Yeah, because you don't want to be in this Nine of Swords energy. You don't want to feel like you're tired, you're drained or anything. Because if a situation starts making you feel like that, people perceive you as someone who detaches, who cuts off. Maybe even the harsh word avoidant is coming through, which is ridiculous, but that's what's coming through. People may perceive you as an avoidant, but in actuality, you're like, you know what? This actually is making me feel like crap and making me feel like I'm not worthy, so I'm just going to give up and I'm just going to focus on myself. There again with the Six of Coins, by the way, because upright, it means charity, it means giving. And people may perceive you as someone who's like, oh, not my problem. Like, I can't see it, so it's not my problem. That's BS, I'm sorry. Ew, you are very responsible, and I feel like you know that, since you're such a hard worker. How can I be such a hard worker and not know how to give back? How can I be such a caring soul and be an avoidant? You know, it just doesn't, people just want to see what they want to see, and it's really annoying. But I'm going to leave this here, my group number twos. You have such a beautiful light to you, and keep going, because people are going to be proven wrong by you, but in a way of saying like, oh, they are different, or they are multifaceted, and they can achieve this. But the people that don't, they're just weird. So keep going, group number 2s. I love you, and keep spreading love, however that looks for you, because that will always be the answer, and I'll see you guys in the next reading, okay? Bye. Hello, my group number 3s. If you guys chose group number 3, then welcome to your reading. So we're going to quickly do an energy check, and this one is going to be on the Strength card. This is what you got. Remember, guys, this is a timeless reading, and also only take what resonates, since this is a general reading. And if you guys want a personal reading, that'll be in the description below. You could email me. So, anyways, without further ado, you got the Strength card, and that represents Leo, by the way. So if you are Leo, that may be confirmation. If you are not, doesn't matter. So you may be actually going through, let me slow down. You may be someone who thinks fast, gets stuff done, maybe wants to take life by the balls. There's something here about taming that side of you, about really going through the cycles of life, whether it be heartbreak, whether it be rising of emotions, the life's intricacies. It kind of seems like you are trying to go back to love. You are trying to tame things that feel untamable, that feel like can't be controlled within yourself. And you are doing that, and it almost seems like you are finding peace with that. The strength in silence, the strength in being in your own energy. And you may be listening to videos or people speaking about mental health, maybe even making you feel more confident within yourself. There's something here that's very important to you about finding strength in you. You know, the Queen of Wands. Wow, I didn't remember. So the Queen of Wands is also fire, but regardless, this is someone who has a lot of passion, who's very driven, who is, I want to say, very much exudes the energy of passion when it comes to what they love to do, and really speaks what they love into fruition, is very confident about that. So you may be in that energy of confidence. I love that, especially if like you struggle with confidence, or maybe you're feeling like you're going through a glow up. Yeah, you feel like more in control of your life and what you choose for yourself, and you're utilizing that to your benefit, especially when it comes to your looks too, it seems like, or when it comes to your charm. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting how the Ten of Pentacles has shown in all readings, but you're doing this because you have a vision for your life that you want to pursue, in the Eight of Cups too. Walking away temporarily, or just stepping back from things that are just not there, you know, because the Eight of Cups is empty cups, and you're like, this is, or just cups in general that are just not aligned with who you are, and you're rising to the top, it seems. It's like, okay, now I'm leaving these things behind because they aren't serving me now for who I am. And you're kind of going through rebirth, a resurrection, like the next step of like, okay, what am I gonna find out about myself today? Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there, group number 3s. If that resonated, then welcome to your reading. I'm very proud of your spiritual growth and your growth as a person, because that's hard to do, especially with leaving things behind that don't serve you, or stepping into a new transformative side of yourself. So yeah, let's see. My group number 3s. Did I say group number 1s? I keep doing that. Group number 3s. Anyways, how do people perceive my group number 3s? Let's see. We have the Hunter, sure-footedness and predestination. Let's continue. How do people perceive my group number 3s? Spider. I don't know what my cat's doing. Enoch! Enoch! Sorry, he was trying to get in the trash, and he's been having this problem with digging in the freaking trash. But okay, so I want to read the Hunter. So I feel like with the Hunter, people trust in your confidence. They perceive you as someone who is kind of intense, I want to say too, because hunting, you think of like, whoa, this person could, you know, end an animal's life and not be like, just be really intense about it. But it seems like, to me, the actual perception is this person is very resourceful and they don't just let animals go to waste, especially if they need it. Like, let's say it's cold in the winter and that your family needs food, you're going to do what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? So people, I don't know, I think that maybe people like misunderstand you, but at the same time, people think that you are a good leader. That was really intense start, so really let me cook, because this energy is very different from the last reading. Tap me into this energy, Spirit. So it's time to put your head down and block out all distractions. The forest may be beautiful, but stopping to admire the view won't get you any closer to your goal. You are the hunter right now. Your path is clear. Your prey is within sight. No matter how tempting slowing down for a moment might seem, now is not the time. Maintain your focus and determination to complete your task. Yeah, I think people really perceive you as someone who has their head down about things that they need to get done, especially with the spider here to contrast that. I mean, clearly both here with it being down, it signifies earth. It signifies, I believe this is earth. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do feel like that is. You are very grounded right now. You are trying to create the life that you want. I think that you really like to, you're on your way, I heard. And people like are saying, okay, don't get in group number 3's way, because they're on a mission, they have a goal, and no one wants to stop you, no one wants to get in your way. Like I said, the strength card, you have a very strong energy to you that people don't want to hold back. And I think that you are creating your life unique to you, and people really like to see things grow. And I think that, I don't know, you're just someone who just seems like a leader, who's someone who seems like you're very independent as well, because with a spider, it only takes one spider to build their web, and then they wait for the prey to come in. So there's something here that you're like, you know what, I'm going to lay this foundation. I'm going to show who I am. It's kind of like proving yourself, and whoever comes to me, whoever feels like lured, you know what I'm saying, is like, it's meant for me. Yeah. Because you're going to do the work, you're going to put in what you need, but you're not also going to go out and like try too hard. You're someone who lets things come to them, especially when hunting too. Like, you have to stay quiet and in one spot and observe. But I do want to say, on the flip side, there may be some people who perceive you. I also want to, in group number 1, I said some people can perceive you that are in your family as well. And it's very hurtful, or like relationships, or like connection. And sometimes we project things onto others. That's not true. It's just a part of being human. It's just important if we acknowledge it. But my point in saying is that some people may be close to you that perceive you as someone who may not get things done, or who is getting distracted by the main plot, by the things that's actually important. And it's like, do it already, I heard. You know, there's this frustration with that. And I feel bad, because you are trying your best, and I think that's what's confusing, is I see a side of you that's working hard, that's getting things in order, getting files sorted, but there's other people that are like, just do it. Like, it's just, like, I'm sorry that I can't control life, that I can't control divine timing. You know, it's just, you're trying your best with the tools that you have, and people are just not okay with that, and that's just not fair. That is just not fair. So let's see. How do people perceive my group number 3's? How do people perceive my group number 3, Spirit? How do people perceive my group number? Oh my God. Don't worry about the candles, by the way. Okay. Like, I have it under control. Everything's fine. 23 may be significant. Immediately when I said 23, people just may see you as immature, but I digress. Let's see. Unity, cooperation, collaboration, community. Wow. I just want to say you are a very good communicator, or you love community. I think people perceive you as a family person who loves to be around people that you love, which is interesting, because independence is right here. There's multiple things that people could perceive you as, and that's okay. So we're just going to continue. But yeah, you may be around family. You may love to be around people that you do love. And let's see. Catwoman, with her protective embrace, and Fluffy with his "don't mess with us" stare, suggests that they both have each other's backs. I imagine my devious duo in their hidden lair devising a mischievous plan, perhaps a diamond heist or an audacious raid on a fish market. That is so cute. Whether they are in the middle of a cunning caper or prowling the rooftops, they know that they can rely on each other through thick and thin. There may be a companion or someone that you have with you that people perceive that you guys have each other's backs. There's something here to where you may have a best friend or someone important in your life that they're like, wow, they have each other's backs, or they look really close, or yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that whenever you're with someone, they just see you and this other person as like either partners in crime or someone who's just like has a really cute relationship or is really sweet, or you are protective of this other person. I don't know, it just seems like, or your animal, your fur baby, there's something here that is just like really sweet, how you could connect to others and you could connect to things that is just like a part of you, and people perceive you as someone who just has chemistry with people that you love. And they love to observe that. I think that is so sweet. That's like the first message I got on actually like another person, you know, in this reading that's also being perceived. So that's very interesting. Like, you are perceived with others that you are around. And it's in a very positive way. Sorry. Our lives can be tough and challenging. Having others that we count on to offer assistance, advice, friendship, and protection help us thrive and survive. Just be aware that there are people who have our backs, can reduce stress, boost our confidence and resilience, and encourage fruitful collaborations and a sense of connectedness. Yeah, people think that you connect to people easily, that you have just a very open heart, and they really do like that about you. I think that you draw in a lot of different types of people because of that energy that you exude. I'm seeing this thing in my mind's eye of like the skit that I watched where this girl, it's like a joke about that one approachable friend that you have, and it's like someone walks up to them and pretends like doing a YouTube short asking them one of those questions, and then like someone knocks on their door, is like, oh, like you look really kind, and then they try to disguise this person as a man, and then they still are approachable. So there's something here about like you can't be hidden because you are so approachable, you know, no matter how much you just try to stay in your own lane. I think people just really like to enjoy who you are as a person and like to enjoy the energy, the difference that you bring. It's kind of like they want to experience the chemistry that you give to others as well. You know, they want to feel that as well. And oof, that's weird. I don't know, I'm getting a weird energy with that too. It's kind of like competition as well. Like they're trying to get your energy away from another person. That's weird. I don't like that. But yeah. For some of you, I'm sorry that you deal with that uncomfortability of different people trying to be competitive with your energy, you know, because it's like there's enough for everyone when it comes to friendship, not when it comes to relationships, but there is enough to go around when it comes to friendship, when it comes to family, and people need to wait their turn instead of feeling like they have to compete for your attention. I think that ends up with you feeling drained in the end. But yeah, I think if to sum this up specifically, I think people also perceive you as someone who has to, who's very popular with other people's attention, you know, the community and stuff like that. Or people try to fight for your attention. So interesting. We have, oh wow, that is so weird. Oh my god, okay. So we have fatherly power, constancy, and then we have love and motherhood. So this is like the energy of two people coming together again. I don't know if you're taken or if you're in a relationship. And then we have family stability. That is so cute. That is so cute. Oh my god. So for some of you guys actually may be parents, or you guys may be someone who just exudes that in a relationship that you have. But oh my god. Yeah, I think you're really being perceived with another person. That's really cute. Yeah, and people just see you guys as a very stable, loving couple. Oh my god, that is... And, but if not, then I think that I'm picking up on future energy when it comes to your person. And, yeah, don't, Enoch, please. But I think that you just have this thing of like people just want to be around you. People just want to feel the healthiness that you guys have for each other. And if I'm picking up on a future relationship, maybe even just like you have this feminine and masculine energy within you towards your family, towards your animals, and I think that your animals really love you too, and I feel like your animals are coming through as well as perceiving you as someone who's a safe space and who is a mother and father figure to them. Even if your kids are coming through as well, like you are very much perceived as someone who's very nurturing but also very stable. And the weather just came up right now. Maybe you're someone who knows the weather as well, like who will have each other's back, like, okay, wear a raincoat, or okay, you know, it's time to protect yourself. Like there's something here. And it's also, I think it's going to rain next week here in California, so I am excited. But yeah, oh my God. You are just a huge ball of light for other people around you when it comes to stability, when it comes to safety, security, and I don't know, I just feel like strangers really like who you are. Strangers really like you. You know? Okay, how do people perceive my group number 3s? And also, if you talk about your family a lot or your friends a lot, people love to hear about it, and then they perceive you as a family man or a family woman or a family person. It just feels like you are someone who loves their people. So, oh my goodness. Okay, how do people perceive my group number 3s? How do people perceive my group number 3s? So, let's see, we have the 10 of Wands. How do people, I think you've been through a lot. You've had to overcome a lot. How do people perceive my group number 3s? Did I say Wands? Whew, let me take that back. How do people perceive my group number 3s? How do people perceive my group number 3s? I don't do this a lot in readings, so that's why it feels so weird to me. How do people perceive my group number 3s? So we have the 6 of Wands in reverse, maybe being afraid to be seen. Oh yeah, okay. We have the Devil, we have the Page of Pentacles. There's that energy of the Hunter coming through right now, but maybe you're trying to start something for yourself, a business, or but it feels like maybe you hold yourself back. I'm also getting the ego. Maybe people think that you are egotistical, especially with the 6 of Wands in reverse and the Devil. Sometimes it has to do with being egotistical. Oh my God. And maybe people are upset that they feel like they can't control you when they perceive you as being immature. And remember, these are perceptions of others. It does not mean it's true, you know? There's going to be positive messages and there's going to be negative ones. It's always like, take what, you know, just don't let it affect you, I guess, but it's easier said than done, but seriously. So the Page of Pentacles, yeah, you may be starting something new or trying to start something new, get something off the ground, constantly trying to do that, or just feeling like, yeah, the King of Pentacles, maybe even trying to build stability for yourself. How do people perceive my group number 3s? I think people perceive you a lot. Yeah, the 7 of Pentacles. Maybe you are focused on your work, trying to get something working. How do people perceive my group number 3s? I almost felt like there's a story that wanted to come through. How do people perceive my group number 3s? Can I get one card, please? How do people perceive my group number 3s? So we have the 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Yeah, see, this is happy family. And yeah, you have your head down a lot with the 7 and 8 of Pentacles, the Lover's card in reverse. Maybe you're heartbroken, or maybe you feel like people see you as someone. I'm getting that song from Dirty Dancing where they're just like, how do you call my name when I'm not listening, or something like that. I forgot how it was, and it's like, come here, lover boy. You may be someone who's just very much like playful. It seems like that. Like a lover person. Oh, lover boy. It's really cute. What's the 6 of Wands in reverse? The Magician. Yeah. I heard you try to get what you want, and you don't stop until you have it, especially when life is unfortunate to you. I think that you really use things to your advantage. People perceive you as someone who's, you know, gonna get what they want, that deserves other things, and tends to carry other people's burdens on their back. Yeah, they maybe see you as someone who has a lot of burden, but you use certain things to your advantage. That's what they perceive you as. Very resourceful. What is the 7 of Pentacles, please? Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Moon card in reverse with the Fool card in reverse. Interesting. It's kind of like you know. People think that you know things. That you just... Nothing is a surprise to you. Kind of like if someone were to break something to you, you wouldn't have a reaction, is what I'm getting at. Because the Moon card's mysterious, but with the Seven of Pentacles and the Moon card in reverse, it's kind of like... It's kind of giving, yeah, I knew that. Like, it's just... But with them, it's kind of like people think that they know... They know you. They know what's going on. Nothing's a secret to them, if that makes sense. Like when it comes to what you're doing or what you're working on. What is the Eight of Pentacles? What is the Eight of Pentacles? The Page of Cups. Interesting. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse. What is this? Like... You don't take work too seriously. People think you don't take work too seriously and you just have a fun time, very childlike, making jokes, kind of like bringing lightness to certain situations. I'm sorry if this is slowing down, but this reading feels kind of interesting. It's like negative but positive at the same time. Like you make people laugh, but people think you don't take things seriously. It's like your business is left out to dry, but in a way of like, you're still doing things you have to do, you know? What is the Ten of Cups? But you are very fulfilled within your family. People perceive you as someone who's very much happy, who has a family that they desire, that they want. What is the Ten of Cups? Yeah, the Nine of Swords in reverse, like you don't worry. Yeah, the Four of Wands in reverse. What is this Nine of Wands in reverse? The Tower and the Four of Cups. Interesting. With the Queen of Wands. Yeah, there's something here about being confident in yourself. What is this, Spirit? What is the Tower and the Four of Cups? What is the Tower and the Four of Cups? What is the Tower and the Four of Cups? The Six of Swords in reverse with the Nine of Cups. So, I really do feel like, okay, I'm going to just trust what I'm feeling. But it seems like you're not moving on. Like, people think that you're stuck. People feel like you are going through it. Like, they have a perception of you that you are going through it. But at the same time, you're satisfied. You're like, I may be going through the worst. I may be feeling stuck. But I find happiness in the little things. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I watched The Sound of Music recently, but I feel like there's so many channeling messages when it comes from it. Like, these are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things and I don't feel so bad. That's what this energy is giving. You know, it's kind of like you allow yourself to remember what makes you happy and you feel fulfilled in that. When things come crumbling down, people perceive you as someone that's like, but it's all right, it's okay. Like, also that song by Role Model, when he sings, it's one song that he sings by himself, but Leve also sang with him. Like, I don't think you love me anymore, but that's all right, he says. And it's like, he's just singing this cute song with her, and it's just like, even though things aren't okay, they are okay. You know, I'm just going to keep going on because that's life. Yeah. And that's how you create your web from that. People really see you as like, that's life. Kind of like going back to the energy of not really surprised when something happens. You know, detached from something. So yeah, people also really like to know about what's going on in your life too. I just want to say that again with the Moon card energy in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles. Like, they could perceive that maybe you are putting your energy into something. Like, people think they know you. Yeah, they think they know you. whatever. But yeah, group number 3s, I'm going to leave that there. I hope this wasn't confusing, and I hope that you understood what I was saying. I think that there's a lot of silence within this reading, but I wanted to make sure that it resonated, and that's very important to me. But yeah, group number 3s, keep spreading love, and however that looks for you, because that will always be the answer. And please like and subscribe, because it always helps me, you know, especially if you like everything that's going on right now. So yeah, thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.